Hi everybody. Okay. In the last couple days, I've been watching movies again and watching soap operas and things. So one of the movies I watched was What Men Want. It was made in 2019. It's supposed to be an answer to What Women Want with Mel Gibson and Helen Hunt. Right. Okay. So the stars are Taraji P Henson, Tracy Morgan, and Aldis Hodge. Al. I'll just say Al Hodge. Okay. Um. Okay. So she plays a woman named Ali because her father, played by Richard Roundtree, uh, apparently loved boxing and or maybe wanted a boy. So I don't know. Because he taught her lessons like you have to care for yourself. Like you have to take care of yourself. You know. One of their phrases is "You got you." So, okay. So as I'm doing this video, the point is I'm gonna point out the differences between the original version and this one. All right. In the original version, Mel Gibson somehow trips on a hairdryer while he's in the bathtub and therefore electrocuting himself, but somehow giving him the power to hear women's thoughts. So he uses it to his advantage for a little bit to get ahead because he works in advertising and apparently this campaign that he's working on, they're focusing on feminine-based products. And I'm not talking about what you think I'm talking about. I'm talking about like lipstick and hair stuff and, women products. Um, okay. So all that changes, of course, when he meets the character of Helen Hunt. And they find out that they need each other and they like each other and all the rest of it, right? Okay. Meanwhile, and then also, he's raising a teenage girl. So she's got her own thoughts and he can hear his daughter's own thoughts and that's kind of creepy. So, yeah. Okay. In this movie, Uh, the character of Ali goes to a bachelorette party for one of her friends, and she uh, drinks a little too much and whatever. So part of the bachelorette activities are a reading. So the reader, name is Sister, played by the wonderful Erica Badu. Now, if you don't know, she was a singer for a little bit. I think she put out 2 albums, had a couple hits, but then after that, kind of went into obscurity. So when I saw her in this film, I was surprised. Because now I know what she's doing. Okay. So Sister, convinces Ali to drink this, what she calls funky tea. Okay. And then she happens to hit her head somehow, and thus given the power to hear men's thoughts. There's the reversal. One of them. Okay, and she's in a male dominated world. She's wants to be one of the top sports agents in this firm. Okay. But the problem with that is that it's a boys club, so they only promote men until you prove well. It seems to be a two-step process. Of course, you have to prove that you can get the high dollar clients in, but also there's the boys club, which includes um, an unknown poker night to her, and um, you have to get voted in by this board, and if they don't like you, they'll never vote you. It has to be so many votes, you know what I mean? So if somebody never votes for you, you're never getting in. Okay. So of course, in the midst of all this, in the midst of all this, they get a possible client, and the kid's name is something Barry. His father is his manager, played by Tracy Morgan, and the character name is Joe Dollar. Um, yeah, Joe Dollar, because he's fascinated by money. First of all, the kid is a teenager going into, well, like 18 years old or something. Okay, so of course you want to be the first draft pick, and everybody's concerned about getting him and he's a client, and but nobody asks him what he wants. And his father is lured by the dollar, and so they convince him somehow to go to China to play basketball in China. I don't know. Okay. So Ali finally listens to her dad and the boyfriend too, kind of. Like, I don't know if they're boyfriend, girlfriend yet, whatever. And he says, listen to him. Like, what does he want? So she finally goes and finds him on a court, and he's playing a pickup game, or not pickup game, but just playing basketball by himself. And she says, I never thought to ask you, what do you want? And he says, all I want is to play for my local team so that my friends can see me, because he goes to Georgia Tech, or he went to Georgia Tech. So the obvious choice is to play for the Atlanta Hawks. Well, of course she gets that to happen, and everything works out with that client. However, her personal life isn't a bit of a jam, because Al Hodge finds out that she used him to get in good with her work people. So he's like, did you use me? And then, he doesn't take that very well, obviously. So then she gets in kind of good with his son, which just so happens to be his birthday in a week. So she says, okay, what do you want for your birthday? He said, I want a cake with a car on it. Okay, so this is amidst the breakup, she still gives the kid a cake with a car on it. So, that kind of melts the father's heart. And then she's like, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to use you. I wasn't trying to use you. That wasn't my intent. So then I guess they get back in good graces. But I kind of like it because you're not given the fact of it just ended happily ever after. Like she had to work for it a little bit. Also, I like the fact that, they're in a relationship that they're building, because most movies you see that are romantic comedies are, this is how it goes. Usually it's boy meets girl, girl meets boy, whatever. They lose each other, get back together, and then ultimately at the end of the movie, you get some kind of marriage or something, and they live happily ever after. That's most movies. This movie followed most of the trajectory, but with complete gender role reversal, which I appreciate. And also, like I said, not the normal trajectory of a movie like this. So I appreciate all its facets. I do. And for being done 19 years apart, I'd say they stick pretty close to the original, but not too much that it's just a repeat. So they did a good job overall. I'd watch it again. Maybe not over and over, but I'd watch it again. Yeah. Alright.